Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday vlog where we discuss the activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. This includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, technology, and just social media activity that comes up worth sharing with you guys, and get your feedback in the comments section. If this is your first time here, welcome. And I'd like to encourage you guys to click on that watermark down there in the bottom right hand corner. This allows you to subscribe to the channel, and then you can click that notification bell that then allows you to decide when you would like to receive additional content that appears here on the channel. If you're watching this from a different platform like Minds, Gab, Twitter, or other, be sure you're following me there as well. Your guys' support is always appreciated. This week in gaming, I did have the opportunity to check out Battlefield 5 beta, and I have to say it is very nice and refreshing to be back playing Battlefield 5. Of course, it is a beta and there is quite a bit of room for improvement. You guys can check out all that information that I covered about the game up there in the top right-hand corner with that link that will be appearing. Also wanted to mention that this week Call of Duty is coming out with its Battle Royale version called Blackout. Now, I've not bought Call of Duty and I've actually never played Call of Duty, but nonetheless, I'm going to be keeping an eye on that one as well to see how that turns out this week. And of course, you can already see and enjoy Civilization 6. That is me playing as Hojo Tokemune of Japan. So if you guys want to check out those videos, of course, you can actually just check out that link in the top right-hand corner as well. This time last week, during the recording of the Friday vlog, we learned that Alex Jones was deplatformed from the last of the lay social media, that being on Twitter. Now, you guys may be wondering why I call it the lay social media, and that is because typically things like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are populated by just everyday kind of folks. And it is no longer becoming a domain of the computer savvy. And for many, many, many years, I'm sure plenty of you can appreciate, value, and understand what it was like being part of that internet community where even individuals like ourselves who were computer savvy and in the computer industry were oftentimes alienated, ostracized, criticized, and mocked for being on the internet. What in the world are you guys doing on the internet? You guys talk to each other and then you meet? Oh my gosh, what in the world is that all about? So here they all are, all these mainstream type individuals, normies, as they're called. They even borrow our language. They even steal our language that we use on the internet. Shame on all of them. They're net natty and their damn hall monitor bullcrap that we have to deal with all the time. But nonetheless, I digress. The other aspect of this social media thing too that is becoming interesting, I don't know if you guys have noticed it or not, but along with those normies, social media, or I should say mainstream media, were also kind of reluctant to be part of the computer savvy type community. Now, mainstream media, radio, TV, Hollywood and stuff, they would have their, their websites and such so that people could get information, but they never really jumped into social media, particularly like YouTube, for example, what we do here. For the channel and things of that nature. And now all of a sudden, they want to be part of that level of social media and YouTube and video. And they are kind of threatened by individuals like Alex Jones or people like Paul Joseph Watson and even people like PewDiePie, who is the largest YouTuber on the whole YouTube. So these individuals have become a threat to them because these individuals have influence. A person with a camera like you see right here and a microphone can go on and espouse whatever ideologies, philosophies, worldviews that we like. And if it's a threat to social media, they will come and try to, or I should say, if you're a threat to the mainstream media, they'll just come and try to shut you down. They'll try to shame you. They'll try to give you a hard time. They'll even dox you. So this is why I get kind of irritated by individuals like CNN who say they're the victims and that Trump is going after them, or individuals are going after them, their reporters feel threatened and so forth and so on. But what you don't realize is CNN does the same thing. They have an entire industry dedicated to going after individuals like Han Solo A-hole, who was on Reddit and made a meme. He made a meme, and this corporation came after him and doxed him, harassed him, and tried to shame him into apologizing, or else they were going to reveal his actual home address and information. Yeah, and then they went after an elderly lady who's on Facebook, another layperson who was participating on a platform that she may not have been totally understood, and was infiltrated by, what, like 1 or 2 Russian bots. And so CNN shows up at her house in her driveway giving her a hard time about being a Trump supporter. I mean, the lady was probably not as savvy as even the reporter who was doing the interview. So, you know, the mainstream media, I don't know who they think they're kidding, but this is what kind of individuals like myself find irritating, not just about mainstream media, but just the net nannies and hall monitors that participate here on the internet. But nonetheless, not to worry, because we have alternate media. You guys may be familiar with some of these platforms like Gabs, Minds, Real.video, and BitChute. I'm going to include those. If you guys look down in my publish section, you can see the various other social media platforms that I'm on. It isn't just exclusively YouTube, but I do enjoy still using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, of course, and the other platforms like Instagram, because this is where the audience is. This is where the bulk of the individuals are that participate in social media. But nonetheless, I certainly appreciate your guys' support, and I'm sure you guys can understand the levels of frustration. This is why I kind of talk about it from time to time, because this is the industry that I work in. I mean, I have a background in computer science. It's what I've been doing for many, many years, and it's just kind of a little disappointing to see how these people have arrived to a very welcoming environment. You know, those of us who work in this industry have always been very welcoming. We've always helped those individuals out. And despite the criticisms, despite the ostracizing, despite the alienation that some of these individuals gave us for many, many years, here they are participating in the very environment that we have been doing for many, many years. Those of us here in the United States, particularly here on the East Coast of the United States, knows that Hurricane Florence, it's currently a Category 3 that I saw as of this particular recording. So those in North Carolina and South Carolina, I'd encourage you guys to please listen to the emergency services and state officials as they direct you guys to evacuate the area. I know there's been a lot of controversy over pets, but I would like to believe that there are areas that you can take your pets along with you. But please heed these warnings, because years ago I participated in the Hurricane Katrina recovery. And visiting some of the areas that were hit by Hurricane Katrina, it was just indescribable, the devastation that's left afterwards, and just the environment. Well, you know what it feels like after those hurricanes, when it comes to like these insect infestations and all these really bizarre type of things that happen during these hurricanes. So guys, please take heed to what these emergency individuals are saying to you guys, and just leave and you know, stay safe. If you guys weren't aware, I do additional YouTube work behind the scenes for other creators, and that includes the Lost History channel, where I have been doing voiceover work now for the last 2 years. It's been quite an interesting experience, especially for a channel that has grown so rapidly there, and they are quickly approaching 95,000 subscribers. Now, some of you guys that are from that channel remember that it used to be the Kepler Telescope group, and it was very much nearing 100,000 subscribers. So in the last 7 to 8 months, you guys have shown a tremendous amount of support and bringing the channel back now that it is under the flag of the Lost History channel. All of you guys that have come over to support my channel, thank you so very much for your guys' continued support as we try to bring you guys the quality that you guys have come to expect. And I know our content is entirely different. Different topics, different subjects, and different areas of interest. But nonetheless, your guys' support of both of our channels is always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, and we look forward to reaching that 95,000 mark there at the Lost History channel and the 5,000 mark here on my channel. Hey guys, I have a bit of an emergency broadcast amendment that I wanted to make here to the Friday vlog. I'll go ahead and read it off for you. Here it is. The EU copyright. The European Parliament has voted in favor of the copyright directive, a controversial piece of legislation intended to update online copyright laws for the internet age. So there you have it already, the globalization taking place there in the EU and UK. The directive was originally rejected by MMPs in July following criticism of 2 key provisions. Articles 11 and Articles 13, dubbed the link tax and upload filter by critics. However, in the Parliament this morning, an updated version of the directive was approved along with amended versions of Articles 11 and 13. The final vote was 438 in favor and 226 against. And this happened on Wednesday of this week, which is when the recording for the Friday vlog was done. So I'll keep an eye on that, and I will include a link down in the published section below so you guys can check that all out. And that's going to wrap it up for this jester-free Friday vlog for this week. We kept it kind of light this week. It was kind of an enjoyable week, kind of more relaxed, laid-back type material. And if you haven't already, and why haven't you, go ahead and click on that channel icon appearing right there on the screen to subscribe, and that notification bell so you guys can determine when you would like to receive the notifications of uploads here on the channel. That would include those things like the Friday vlog, along with the other content that I have here on the channel. I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday, and I will see you next week.